How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 21 of the ChiTown podcast. Joined here with Tom, and today we're going to be talking Bulls, Blackhawks, and some college basketball. How we
It
doing,
is.
Thomas?
We're doing. It's been a longer day. A lot of class. Had a test this morning. Didn't go too hot, but
Uh-oh.
we get a retake. So
Hey, there you go.
yeah,
Retaking college is
Yeah, I
crazy.
know. He says you can get a retake. I just like this guy is the most misleading professor of all time. He doesn't tell you anything until like the night before. So
I might have to be switching to that business major if we're getting retakes with that.
well, it's a gen ed,
That's fair, I guess.
but yeah, I had that. Kind of sucked. My TA sucks too. It's just gonna be that'll be the hard class this time around. There's always one that bites you in the ass, and looks like it's gonna be that one. But
For sure.
yeah, I had that math. It's a
Math
joke.
always sucks.
No, it's a joke, man. I told you what we're learning. I think I said it on Monday.
Yeah.
Or yeah, we're. Oh wait, no, I don't think I did say it on Monday because I looked at it on Tuesday morning. But
I'm
we're
going
doing
to read
fractions.
one of my problems that I'm working on
Yeah,
right now.
and I'll read one of mine.
All right.
I have it pulled up because I had Tristan or I had to turn some stuff in right before we started.
Okay, this is considered like an easy one. Okay.
Yep.
A beam is subjected to concentrated force of 100 newtons at point B, a concentrated couple moment of 50 newton meters in the z direction at a distance 3 meters from point C, and a linearly varying load 0 to 50 newton meters over over the first half of the length as shown in the figure on the sheet. That was not even the question. That was just the givens that you need to solve the question. This is
Mhm.
the easy part. For what will the equivalent or resultant force Fr and moment Mr at the center point of the beam generated by each of the three applied loads: concentrated force, couple moment, and distributed load?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I got it. All right, ready for mine?
Yeah.
Uh, I'll read
What's
you.
1/2 plus 3
Ready?
fourths?
This is the first question. You're not gonna believe me, dude. How do you multiply fractions?
What? Bro.
I'll send a picture to you. I'm so serious.
I genuinely think if I switched to a business major, I could graduate by the end of next year.
Look at this. Look at what I just sent. You can share the screen if you want.
The answer is going. I mean, what are we doing here,
And
Kentucky?
the next question was, how do you add and subtract fraction?
There's no way. I'm done, man.
Oh my god, dude, I called like Ian after. I'm like, dude, like, because I finished all my work in 20 minutes, so I just like left because there's just no point of me being there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, dude, like, I just like I need to get out of there, man. I just like feel like just like I don't know. It just feels weird being in that class. It feels wrong. And like, there's like people that are like have questions and shit. I'm like, bro, like,
That's insane.
what are we doing?
That's
So I had to get out
actually
of there.
insane.
And then it's like weird. Like I have one like hard class, and then the rest are like cakewalks. Because I had another test today was naming countries in Asia. So
Bruh. I
worth. I've taken it's like we have five of
got
those, and
nothing to say.
it's worth 50% of the grade, like in the whole class.
Dude,
Yeah. So I
I'm
have
done.
12. I have
I'm done.
12. I'm 12 out of 12 right now. We have one more.
That's insane.
Hey, don't hate the player, man. Hate the game.
I'm
That's
hating
what.
the game
Hey,
hard, bro.
anybody listening to this that's not in high school or sorry college yet, and you're still in high school or whatever, you rate my professor as your best friend. You can
That's
snipe.
very true.
You can snipe some easy classes like this so easily, and like, there's no difference between like if it's a gen ed like my anthropology 160. What a save by Mrazek.
Oh
Um,
man, you got taken
um.
out.
Oh. All right. But if you're on rate my professor, you can get anthropology 160, and it's the easiest class you'll ever take, or you'll get anthropology like 120, and this teacher's like a hard ass, and it sucks. So do your research, please. I
Research
wish
is
I knew.
very
I wish
important on your
I got
professor.
kind of lucky first semester, but I had one teacher that was just like blue.
My
But
my professors overall were solid last semester, except for my math professor, who deserves to be fired into the sun
I hate
or put
the
in
worst.
solitary
The worst
confinement.
ones to have are like the teachers or like TAs that like for English that suck.
Yeah,
because that's what I have in this history class. Because you have to write shit. I'm like, bro. But I'll continue with my day since we talked about that. After that, I got back. I was actually really tired, so I just like crashed for a little bit, and then me and my roommate went to the gym, hit some legs, and that was good. That was a good time. You know, I don't know.
there you go.
It's nice because you see like you're helping yourself out, and you see a lot of people so it's a win-win.
That's true.
And then we got back. We're trying to so my weakest part of my me is like my abs because I've always just kind of like neglected it. I was just into like everything else, so I'm trying to like catch up on that. So me and him are kind of on a program right now that we're trying to cook with that, and then did that. Kind of sucked. It was hard as shit. And yeah, did that. Ate. Now we're here.
There you go.
How'd your day go?
I class all day, and then I went to the gym. I also hit legs. Studied for the exam. That was the first question on the review sheet, the one that I read about 2 minutes ago.
When's your exam?
Tried tomorrow.
Okay.
Tried to order a protein bowl from an on-campus restaurant through Grubhub since we can use our meal plan, and it got canceled. So
Nothing makes me
this
more mad
this
than
this
that.
podcast does not endorse Grubhub at all. Everyone go to Uber Eats or DoorDash. We're
Yeah,
not sponsored,
Grubhub
but
sucks.
if Grubhub offered us a sponsorship, I would reject it
We both
because
know that's not
Grubhub
true.
sucks. I
But
would do it. They deserve
I
no
the only reason I use Grubhub is because like
promotion.
you get you get the free Grub Pass for being a student. That's the
That's
only
how it
reason.
is here too.
That's the only reason I use it.
I wish they
Otherwise,
had
like
that for freaking
Uber
DoorDash.
Eats, I've honestly probably had the best experience with Uber Eats.
Uber Eats and DoorDash are the one
DoorDash has
A and
screwed
one B.
DoorDash has screwed me over sometimes.
I've only had issues with DoorDash once. Only problem is Uber Eats is the most expensive.
The worst part is like you're so hungry and ready to eat, and then like like Babito cancels your order.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. It's the worst.
that's literally the worst thing. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? But let's talk about the sports.
Yeah, let's get into it. 7 minutes in. Let's just talk about Kobe White because if there's a reason to watch the Bulls, it's Kobe White.
He's all we got.
I mean, really, we thought Patrick Williams would take the next step. Clearly hasn't. Zach Levine's out. DeMar's fun to watch. I like DeMar, but like he's not leading the team anywhere. If
Yeah,
there's one player on the Bulls that
it's just
is
a future with us.
actually has a future and would have a chance on being on a contending team in Chicago, it's Kobe White.
He's like a smart player too, which is very nice. He's
And I
very
think
very
that
his IQ has gone up so much.
yeah, the biggest part of his game that's increased. He used to be an absolutely terrible defender. Now he's a really good defender.
Yeah, right, like when
Like
you
he's
have that
not Caruso, but
I know
he's
when
not
you have
Dame
that
out there.
offensive output, like you need to be able to hold your own on D, just so like to
Yeah,
make that. That's what takes you to the next level, and he's been able to do that. The biggest I don't know, just like when he has the ball in his hand, like I trust what he's gonna do, and that's like you need a player like that. I don't even
he should be the
I think
most
we've
improved
talked about
player this year.
this. I agree. I don't know if they give it to him or Maxi,
If
but
they give it
I
to
feel like
Maxi, it just shows the media hates Chicago.
yeah, they should give it to Kobe. It's like I saw somebody they're like Halliburton. I'm like, bro, he made the All Star team last year.
Yeah,
Like, how
no.
could you? Like, yeah,
Shout
of
out
course he's
Kobe White should have
really good.
made the All Star team. That's the biggest snub.
Nah, he had too slow of a start to the year.
I mean, I guess
His numbers don't aren't the same as like the other one. Like, if you're saying Kobe White, like Trae Young should have made it over Kobe. He was averaging like 28 and 11.
who are I mean, I'm not saying a starter.
No, I didn't say starter. I'm just saying like making the roster. Dude, Trae Young didn't make it until he was a reserve today. Like,
I
or
mean,
like he got
Scotty
like.
Barnes made it as an injury replacement.
I feel like he's been having a good year though. I love Scotty Barnes too. He's hilarious.
Trae Young did make it as an injury replacement.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes and Kobe are like their stats are pretty similar. Just Scotty has better defensive numbers.
BS, man.
Like if you're
Yes.
taking like the second, like if you start with him where Kobe White starts to turn up, like yeah, like because I wish like somebody like brought it up like as soon as like he had his first like breakout game, like what his numbers are. Because I bet you it's around
Yeah.
like 25 a game, like 25, like 5 and 5 or somewhere around there.
Easily.
Maybe a little higher in like the assist and rebound category, but I don't know. I love players like that too. Like the guys that are like getting boards, like in like I feel like it's like a guard getting boards is just fun. I don't know why. You
It's
know,
really important
it is. Wait, I mean, I
because
feel like
the way to
if
be a
you've
good rebounding team is you have to be a team rebounding team.
well, if you've ever like played basketball, like and any like anything, like organized, not organized, like not getting boards will literally just kill you.
Yeah, 100%.
Extra possessions, like I mean, they just have another chance to get a shot up.
Score
It's
exactly.
pretty simple stuff, but it's a big thing. That's like we're turnovers and rebounds. You gotta win like you gotta win that part of the game. And then if the odds are if you lead in rebounds and have less turnovers, you probably won.
You're probably gonna win the game.
Yeah.
Exactly. Underrated part that we talked about underrated part of Kobe White's game. I think the biggest underrated part of Kobe White's game is his contract. 12 mil a year is insane for the production he's putting up, and
Yeah,
he
no,
signed through this season, next season, and then the 2025-2026
his
season.
production right now is like a 30 to 35 a year type of player.
Easily,
Yeah,
easily.
which is we don't really get bargain contracts all the time as Bulls fans, so AK
I,
finally made a good move.
well, hold on. I think it needs to be said. The discussion between the Bulls in the Bulls front office last year was were they even going to re-sign Kobe White?
Yeah, I know.
So it was like they lucked into a good move.
Hey, they did it though. You got give them the flowers. Still fire them, but at least they did that. Give them something, but that's probably the most valuable We have two of the most valuable contracts in basketball, and we still
Him
suck.
and Caruso.
Yeah, and then we
Well,
and
you
then
know why? Because we
well,
have one of the most bloated contracts
we
in
have
Zach
three of them.
Levine,
We have Vooch,
Zach,
Demar,
Vooch,
and
and
Zach.
Demar.
So it
You
kind of
can't
like
be.
then imagine a team where we had like an actual superstar that like yeah he made superstar money, but he played like it. Like we had like a Giannis or something, and like
I mean, that
you
dude.
get
I
oh
mean, shit. Yo, we had the third best player in the league. Yeah,
yeah, like no, I'm just saying though, like with those bargain contracts on there, and imagine we had an owner that was willing to go to the luxury tax, would be a pretty good team.
Reinsdorf needs to freaking croak. Just
I,
fall
I
over.
hate that we have like a bunch of teams that just we want them to sell the team, like the owners. We have like the Hawks and or not the Hawks. I didn't
Oh,
mean to
I don't
say the
want the
Hawks. I didn't
Blackhawks
know.
to be
I didn't mean to
sold.
say the Hawks. I meant to say Bulls and Bears. I just like we're watching the Hawks
Yeah,
game right now, so I looked up. I was like Hawks. And if you're a White Sox fan too, then you have three.
I
I
couldn't
guess. Well,
imagine. I couldn't imagine being a fan of two teams owned by Jerry Reinsdorf.
I know.
Which actually, the White Sox might get a new stadium. So congrats to you
Oh,
guys.
do you
It'll
see
be in a
the?
sick location.
Yeah, did you see it on the water?
Yeah, that's going to be actually sick.
Where would that be though? In Chicago?
There's a huge plot of land. Uh, I don't remember the street.
Oh, like what side? Like, would it be close to me or no? Because I feel like they got to ride to the south side.
It
Like
would be in the South Loop.
okay, I'm cool with that. It's so nice because like a White Sox game is like 25 minutes, 20 minutes for me.
I mean, you're pretty close to everything.
I know. Well, the Wrigley's the only one. It's like 40.
I might be closer to Wrigley than you are.
Uh, I don't think so. Because you are just
Unless
like
there's like slammed traffic.
you're more west, I think.
I'm northwest suburbs, yeah.
Nah, bro, it ain't even the northwest suburbs. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
What do you mean? That's what it's called. It's actually technically closer. Northwest suburbs is considered like Arlington Heights.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's probably about the same. Cause
It's
I'm like
close,
I'm
depending
close.
on
Yeah,
traffic.
I don't know. I don't count Itasca as a northwest suburb, really.
It's like on the fringe.
Yeah,
It's one of those
that's the
tweener
equivalent.
towns.
That's the equivalent of like saying Naperville.
Well, Naperville is south.
Well, I'm just saying, like when you talk to people in college, I guess you're in Arizona, it's just us people from Chicago, but they're like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago. What part? Naperville." I'm like, "Ooh,
Naperville.
all right, buddy." I just like
Hey,
laugh.
Naperville is bad. Shout out Naperville. At least Itasca is only like 25 minutes away. Naperville's like a whole ass hour.
Yeah, Naperville's far away. This guy I met on Saturday was like, "Okay, I'm from Naperville. I'm not gonna say from Chicago because I usually get flamed for that." I'm like, "Hey, at least you admit it."
Respect.
But yeah, we just went on a tangent.
Yeah,
But
we did. Bulls 20-point comeback against a really, really good team
yeah,
in
that
the
was cool.
Timberwolves. Um,
I wonder what Billy said at halftime.
Probably nothing.
Yeah,
He said, "Let's get him, guys." Billy Donovan needs to be fired too.
yeah. I feel
Also,
like,
I just want to talk about this. This wasn't on the agenda for today. How many times? I mean, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. How many times are we going to give the ball to DeMar in a clutch situation when Kobe White is just carrying the team? I
yeah,
think
no,
Kobe White had 30 at the time, and Billy's like, "Yeah, give it to DeMar
get
and
in the more,
ISO
man.
ball."
It was
Like,
funny. Like
I think I could come up with a better
I was
play.
on my roommate's Timberwolves fan. We were watching the end of it, and I'm like, watch this. Demar, they're gonna force it. Demar, he's gonna take a shitty shot, and he's gonna hit like airball, which he didn't airball, but he hit the side of the backboard or some
Shit, the
shit.
side, yeah, might as well have been an air ball.
Yeah, I know. He's like, bro, how'd you know? I'm like, dude, I know this team too well. It was kind of funny. I'm like, it's rough, but hey,
it's
good. It was a cool comeback though.
eh,
That's first time I had fun watching them in a while.
it has been a minute.
Yeah,
Um, but what you gonna do?
yeah. I don't know if like imagine like the front office now is like now that they saw that they're like we need to go all in.
We're going all in. Oh, when is the last time the Bulls made a trade?
2021 I think. I was listening to a podcast with Shams and King of the Fourth Quarter.
I I mean,
It was a 2021.
1 second.
It's that or 22. I don't think